Okay, so see these three beautiful DIYs right here? Let me show you how I done it. This one I had so much fun with. Not this one, a different one. But I have a Dollar Tree palette, and I'm going to pull my sticker off. Then I have some beautiful little stickers I just found. And these are the pinchies that I found at the Dollar Tree. I love these. I love these. I'm trying to pull this off ever so gently so I can get my staple out. And it didn't work. So I'm gonna flick my finger around and round, and I'm gonna, what is that thing? Staple puller. Yeah, I'm gonna use my staple puller, and I'm gonna pull my staples out. And I did the other side, and see these dents right here? I'm gonna use this side so I don't want them on there. So I'm gonna take Gorilla Glue wood putty, and I'm gonna fill in my dents. Too bad you can't do this with your body, or I'd be full of wood putty. Let's move on. So anyways, once I get that putty in there and it dries with the help of my hair dryer, there's the wood filler. I wanted you to see that apparently. I am going to sand that down real nice and flush, and then take this ballet slipper Waverly paint I buy at Walmart, and I'm going to give this thing a coat of paint. I had to make sure it matched. Had to make sure it matched my roses up there that I don't even know if I used. But anyway, I'm going to paint this palette front, back, side to side, crack to crack, inside, outside, whatever. So that's what I'm doing right here. So now I'm going to take my walnuts, like you could see that. It's walnut stain, okay? Tim Holtz walnut stain. And I am going to distress my piece. Now, I'm aware some of you don't like this look, so if you don't like it, just leave it pink. If you don't want to paint it pink, stain it, paint it white, paint it whatever. Don't do it if you don't like it. It's up to you. I'm just here to inspire you, okay? So I'm going to do my whole doodad right there. So these stickers I found at Dollar Tree recently, and had them in a haul. And I thought, man, I need these. I didn't know why. Now, when I started pulling this off, I ain't even gonna lie, the sticky started coming off. That's why I switched to the other side. And I don't feel secure about that right there. So I am gonna use 3-in-1. You can use fabric tack. I had that first, but I really like this 3-in-1. Okay, so it started coming off. So I thought that I fixed it. Maybe I didn't. Maybe this ain't the one that came off. Maybe it's something else. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to use my 3-in-1. And I'm going to stick that down right there. This 3-in-1 is awesome. Awesome glue. And then I'm going to take this keyhole thing, and I am going to put the same glue on it, and I'm going to stick that down. Why I wanted this to look like a door, okay, I seen something similar to this on Pinterest, and I fell in love with it, and I thought I could do something similar to that, but I didn't really want to, you don't copy other people really per se, but I put my own spin on this with these little stickers, and I absolutely love this project the way it came out. So I'm going to take my little mini clips from the Dollar Tree, and I am just going to clip this and let it set for a little bit until I know that it's glued. And I tried to put one down in that crack, but I don't know why I even tried to do that. But anyway, at least it'll hold on to one side, huh? That's just what it's doing. So I have a key on this thing, y'all. Y'all know how goofy I am. And I'm going to put too much glue on here, let me tell you. I smack that baby down on there, and glue starts smooshing out everywhere. So when you have this happen, there's a remedy for that, okay? Use that little pink tool that you get at the Dollar Tree and go around it and scrape all that glue out of there. It's amazing. I did it eventually, but anyway, this is another set of those stickers, and those look like screw heads, okay? And I thought it was really cool. So I'm going to put screw heads on the 3 corners. You'll see in just a second. There's one. Ba-bam. Okay? I touched it and it flicked all the way. I end up moving it. This glue is good too because you can work with it a minute before it actually sets up. So I'm going to put one there, and I'm going to move it towards the middle more. You'll see me moving them. Just moved them over just a little bit. And then this third one wasn't really necessary because I ended up covering it up pretty much anyway. And of course you can't put one on the other side because your key is down there. But anyway, now if you want to move your key over or put something else down there, you can put one of your little dots down there. I'm going to put that on there eventually, but I wasn't sure just yet. So I had took these white roses and coffee stained them. I just put instant coffee in a spray bottle, put some water in there, and then spritzed them and got it coffee stained and dried it with my blow dryer. Now I thought I was going to put these pink roses, but they were way too big, way too big. So let me just play around with my roses here and see what I want to do. It was still too big. I just didn't like it. So I end up taking 2 of these paper roses, and I'm not sure if I got these at Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby. But anyway, they have roses at Dollar Tree, and I thought, yeah, just glue these in. Well, y'all don't see what I see. So when I got this done, I hated it, okay? They were sticking up way above the other roses, and it just didn't look good to me. I'm still showing y'all I'm trying. It's just not working. So I end up, you'll see me in a minute, but I ripped them other pink ones right there, ripping them off. It left a little mess, but I'll take my scissors and cut some of that out. Thought about putting that third one there, but I'm covering up my door, so I didn't want to do that. So I'm eventually going to get some of those paper flowers, and they're mini babies. Okay, they're mini baby flowers right there. And I glued them in. I just had them in my stash. Now, if you don't have anything like this, that's totally fine. Now, I took this greenery I had in my leftovers, and I just start cutting little pieces off. And I'm going to glue it and poke it in here and there and yonder. And just make it look a little bit more full. Okay? So, I don't like it looking so bare. Just like you got flowers on there. You always got to add a little greenery, in my opinion, you know. So, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm satisfied with all my greenery in there. And so, now I am going to take this little, it's like an old-fashioned mailbox thing, or maybe a city mailbox thing, you know, where you just slide mail in. So I'm going to take my 3-in-1. This is the one. This one came apart when I pulled it up. So I'm going to glue it back down to the sticky part, and then I'm going to put glue on the sticky part, and then I'm going to stick it down wherever I think it looks good in there. And I think it looks good right there, I guess. Yeah, so that's where it stuck. So, of course, I can't put nothing on that to hold it down. And I obviously thought there needed a piece of greenery down there. So I'm going to put another piece of greenery down there. Just a little smidgen of a piece. I always save my scraps, y'all, because you can use them and stuff like this. So this is my gel sticky pad I bought. And this is one of the cherish words from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to paint it ivory first, because I didn't know how my next step was going to do with the wood. So I end up painting this with this ivory, and I just used ivory because that's what I had there. So I'm going to give it 2 coats of this ivory paint, okay? And that's all I'm going to do. And with this little mat, you can pounce it around everywhere. You're not going to have to worry about getting it on the back. I don't like to paint my back when I'm going to glue stuff down. So there's excess paint in here because I got a little happy with it. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my blow dryer, and you can use a heat gun, and I'm using a dry brush, and I'm going all around it. And what that does is that dry brush will pick up all the excess paint and get it off of there. So that's what I done there. So this is Antique Gold Rub and Buff, and I'm just going to put it on my finger. And this stuff stinks. But anyways, I'm just going to put it on my finger, and I'm trying to get it to where it matches that up there. Now, it's a kind of gold, old gold, shimmery with some pinkish tones in it. So I'll fix that a little bit later too, because this came out really, really gold. So I'm just going to take this rub and buff, and y'all ain't got to see me do my finger work here. I'm just going to rub it all over my cherish. This cherish embellishment cutout, whatever it is. So I have this pink metallic marker right here. It's from Craft Your Square from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to go over it. Now it puts like dark on it, so I'm going to take my finger and I'm just going to rub it in places, and I'm going to make this a little pinker. That way it'll match that middle in there, because I wasn't achieving the gold look, the rustic gold look that I wanted. I need more of a copper color rub and buff, so I'm going to have to invest in a copper color rub and buff if I can find it, and that would make my life a little bit easier. But I'm just going to put this on there and rub it in until I guess that made me happy. Now, when you go to pull this up, now this sucker's sticky. So I'm going to slide my putty knife, and I'm not going all the way across because you'll break these thin little things. They're just like thick press board cutouts, die cuts. So I'm just going to pry on it. You could use your silhouette, or I have a silhouette. Most of you have a Cricut. Your Cricut scraper. And then I'm just going to take this marker and I'm going to go around the edges of my word. I can't get in all the edges, but I'm going to get in most of them because it's white. And my best bet would have been not to paint the whole thing, the ivory or the lighter color, the edges, but to just took a sponge and dabbed it on the top. Then that would have left the sides dark. And it wouldn't be so, I don't know, it's casting. I just don't like that white shadow look, okay? So if I would have just left it alone and just pounced the top with a little bit of sponge and a little bit of paint and done 2 coats of that, it would have looked better than it does now, and I wouldn't have to be trying to do this right here. So now I'm going to use my weld bond, and I'm using this instead of the other because those little swirlies down there are so skinny. And I'm just putting little dots of glue here. And I did not want this to smush out because Lord knows that'd be too hard to get out of all those little swirly things. So, and I didn't know where it was going to hit. So I wanted it really, really, really thin. But when I did this with my finger, guess what? Glue went squishing everywhere. So I'm going to get another dry brush and try to pick all this glue out without breaking these things. These things break so easy. They're just, like I said, cardboard type deals. Thick cardboard. So anyway, I'm going to get all this glue off, and I'm going to glue it right there. So wherever the glue is and it doesn't touch, it doesn't matter. It's going to dry clear. So, yeah. So I'm using this brush to try to get the rest of the glue out, and that's pretty much set right there. Oh, I love this thing. This is so pretty. So pretty. So I'm going to flip it over. You can see that stuff on the back, but it doesn't matter. And I'm going to take and tie knots in my rope, and I'm just going to glue those knots to the back. My glue wouldn't come out. I had to put another glue stick. My glue stick wouldn't poke down. That's what happened. No, my glue gun was off. My memory. So I got my glue gun back on. I'm just going to put a blob of glue and then stick my dot right there, or my knot right there. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. If you're not secure about this, put more glue over the top and it'll be fine. But this should hold it. It's not very heavy. This is my next project, and this is one of the Dollar Tree hearts. I don't know if they have these this year. I had this last year, but they have hearts nonetheless. But I'm going to take the tag out, or the string out of this one. I already took the tag off, and I'm going to paint it with that pink, of course. And I'm going to do something on this that I have never done, but I seen the DIY Struggle, Brandi, do this a lot. Okay, so I was gifted these stencils by Robin, and I wanted to use them. So I'm going to take spackle and my little squeegee. You can use a credit card to do this, just be easy. And I'm going to take a little bit of spackle, and I'm going to hold my stencil down, Now, I don't do stencils a lot, so I was worried that it crossed my... Hey, I don't know why I did that. It's not nice, I don't think. But anyway, I'm going to put it on here, okay? I'm squeegeed it on here. Now, I want it thick because I want it textured. That's the purpose of this. And so I'm putting it on kind of thick, but I don't want blobs, which it's not perfect, y'all. It's not perfect. This is the first time I did it, but I've seen Brandi do these a lot, and I'm sure if you watch my channel, you've seen her channel. And it's just, it always fascinated me and looked neat, and I just wanted to try it. You know, I want to try something different. So I end up absolutely loving this. And I'm just spreading my paste here. Just spreading my paste. Now, when I got it too thin, you could actually see the pink through it. So I would ease up on my pressure and go over it again with some more putty. So it was more of a trial and error. You'll get it, but this is so easy. It's almost like, it's kind of no fail, even though I did. But you'll see in a minute what happened. But I'm going to do this whole thing, okay? And then where I touched it again. And I'm trying to hold it down without it moving. But these stencils were so pretty, and I knew I wanted to use them for something. So there I'm going back over it again, just to make it a little more heavy. Not blobby, but heavy, okay? It's trial and error, like I said, but it was so fun. I'm going to pull this up in a minute, and you're all going to quit watching me smear this all. Look, I'm smearing more. What the world? I guess I did this till it looked fine to me. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Oh my gosh, look at it. It is so pretty. Then you can just take your fingers and scrape that off. Well, I couldn't get it all without touching it, so I ended up using my pink tool and got that off. But look, I'm just going to... This was the hardest part, y'all, trying to figure out where that stencil went on there. Look at my gray hair shining. There it went. My thumb went up. And here, I'm just going to hold it down, and I'm going to finish the rest of it. This was so neat. This was so neat. I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I making you see all this? I guess I wanted you... I don't know. I'm not going to make you watch the other two. Three. I can't count now. It's raining, y'all. If y'all hear something in the background, it's raining, of course. It's always something. So, ain't that pretty? Look at that. So, I'm going to lay this one down and do the next one. And then I'm going to lay another one down and do... I'm going to figure it out, y'all. I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to do it, okay? This is the pink tool I was telling you. I get these. I love these things. I use them for everything. My craft room and my sewing room. So I'm just going to pick my extra off around there. And this is how I'm going to do it. That way it don't mess up nothing, okay? And then I'm going to carry on. And I'll let you see it in just a second. Y'all, look at that. It is so pretty. See, I messed up right there. Just there's a few places I got a little carried away with my Dollar Tree spackle, okay? It's okay. It's the first time I ever did one of these, y'all. You live and learn. It's trial and error, okay? Trial and error. I love it. This is one of my favorites. So I wanted to keep it like that. So I dried it, okay? It's dry. Make sure your spackle is completely dry. And this will help seal my spackle down as well, because this is a fabric glitter paint that I've had for like 101 so years, and I wanted to use it. It don't even spray out that hole no more. So I'm going to pour it in one of those little silicone cuppy things that I got from the Dollar Tree for stirring, I don't know, epoxy, I guess. So I'm going to take a big fat brush, and it's really soft to bristles, okay? And I'm just going to take this, and this is glitter. Oh, it's so pretty. Y'all will not be able to see this, I don't think. And I am just going to take this. It will dry clear, okay? It goes on white, but it dries clear. And it's just going to give it a glitter, a light glitter shine, and cover that spackle that I put down and seal that in all at one time. And y'all, I just wanted to keep this simple. I didn't want to put nothing on it because I was so in love with the little design I don't know if I was in love with the design. I love it. But I think it's because it's the first one I ever did, and I'm so proud of myself. So I just wanted to keep it simple so I could just look at it. Because I don't know. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I'll have memories. Anyway, I'm not a singer. I'll quit. But anyways, I put 2 coats of this glittery stuff on there because it wasn't glittery enough for me. So I ended up putting 2 on there. I don't know why I'm flicking this around. Y'all ain't gonna see that shine. But anyway, I'm gonna take my poker and poke my holes out because we have to hang this little thing up, don't we? So it wouldn't hardly come out. So I ended up taking my little tweezers and I'm trying to pull it out. But anyway, now I got this satin ribbon because I'm determined to use this bow that I made in another DIY. And so, yeah. But this ribbon matches. I got it all from Hobby Lobby, okay, when it was on sale, of course. So I'm going to poke it through my hole, and I'm going to not do that. I'm going to I want beads. I don't want the wood beads because this is elegante. Okay, so I'm going to cut that at an angle and then burn it so it's stiff and won't unravel. And then I'll string one of my beads through here. Don't ask. I don't know where I got those beads. I couldn't tell you. I will tell you, put 2 knots in it because it might slip on through there. So I didn't want my beads to go down below my wood heart. So I put another little knot there. Should have used 2. And done the same thing. Angled my ribbon and then burnt it. And I'm putting 5 on one side, 5 on the other, I think, is what I ended up doing. Y'all can't. I just string beads. I don't know what I was doing. I didn't know how many. I didn't want to cross the whole thing. I just wanted a few on one side and a few on the other. So, yeah, I get it. I think it's 5 and 5. Pretty much sure it's 5 and 5. So I'm going to tie a knot here so that they don't slip on down that thing. I tied 2 knots and tied one way too far, so I end up having to put 3 knots in that thing. You never know what's going to happen to you, do you? So I'm going to leave that right there. So to hold that right there, I'm going to put a piece of tape there, okay? But I'm not going to leave it there. I'm just going to put a little piece of tape so when I'm pulling on this right here, it doesn't pull on through there. So I'm going to put my bead on there, and then I'm going to take my knot, and I'm going to draw it up to the bead. And then I'm going to do it again and draw that knot up to the bead. Now, don't pull it tight or your knot's going to get skinny and then your bead going to fall off. I tried to take it out, said forget it. Made another knot. And then I'm going to use my lighter and burn my finger off and then seal that ribbon. And ain't that pretty? I love it. Then this pink bow that I love so much and was determined to use, I'm going to glue it and slap it right down in the middle. And y'all, that's all I'm going to do to it. Oh, no it's not. I'm going to clean my glue globs out. But anyways, there it is. Now, on this one, oh my goodness, this is a little rustic heart DIY, but it came out so stinking cute. And I think the only thing Dollar Tree I'm not using is that heart wreath thing up there, and that's because I've had it for 100 years. And then that pink flower bush, I think I got it at Hobby Lobby when they went on sale. So I'm taking DIY chalk paint, and I'm going to give this 1 coat of white chalk paint all over it. All over it. Now, I've got this metal ribbon. I've had it for a long time. I'm not going to say 100 years again, because I know y'all don't believe me anyway. I wouldn't. But anywho, I'm going to take this, I'm going to bend it around, and I'm going to make me a metal roof. Now, this is the pliers, or not pliers, the cutters that I get in the springtime. So if you want to get these cutters, get them now. They're good for dowel rods. You've seen I just cut metal. A lot of things. I've got several pairs of these. So I'm going to snip the band right there that goes in just a little bit. And then I'm going to take my pliers, not these. This did not work. Don't use needle nose. Get you some regular pliers and bend that edge down. This was too time consuming for number 1. And 2 is putting dents in my little ribbon there. My little metal ribbon. And I didn't like it. So I end up with real big old pliers, normal things that a man would use, and bend it down, okay? But I'm going to do this on this front side so that it bends down round like that right there. So at that point right there, I realized I needed to bend it more. So I'm going to get my man pliers and I'm going to bend it. So now right here, I'm just going to try that on for size, and it looks good to me. Now, if you have any sharp edges, get your needle nose pliers and bend those down. And now I'm going to get this glue. This is Beacon glue. I get it at Walmart. It's like E6000, okay? And I'm going to smear it on here. And I'm going to do a pretty good layer of glue here because this ribbon has indentions on the inside, and I don't know what parts of the ribbon is going to stick here, okay? So then I'm going to take my metal ribbon, and I do cut the ends off. Cut them off before you... I can't believe I touched this stuff. It was so bleh. But anyway, I did it, and then I wiped it off. But it's not super glue, so it's okay to do that. It's just slimy. Ugh. So anyway, I'm going to fit my roof on here. And glue's getting all over my little fingers. Ugh. It's so nasty. Now look at me struggling with this corner piece here. Y'all don't... Just cut it off, okay? Cut it flush with your wood. Just cut it off before you glue it down. Just cut it, look. Just cut it off. Y'all ain't got to watch me struggle here. Bye. I'll be right back. Oh, don't that look better? Look at that. Look, if I'd have did that first, I wouldn't have had to struggle like I did. My brain don't work sometimes like it should, y'all. So I'm going to put my pinchies on here. And my brain says if you just hold these ends down, the rest will follow. Because that's all I could hold down. So I'm going to put these pinchies on the ends and hold that down and let that dry. I got to go cook supper anyway. Okay, so this is quite some time later. And I come in to check it. And it was like, I don't know. I wasn't secure about it. So I am going to take a little bit of hot glue. And this is Gorilla Hot Glue. Okay, the best hot glue in my opinion. Gorilla Hot Glue. And I am carefully... I don't have much feeling in my fingers anymore. I done burnt my tips off making hair bows years ago. So I just push this down. Now, don't get burnt doing this because glue does come through your little lacy holes there. And I'm going to pinch it back down again. But the middle was popped up. So I put the hot glue on it to hold the middle down. And it worked that time. So now I came back after a pretty good minute. And I'm going to glue this heart down. So I'm just going to put my glue around the heart because I want this little dainty wreath on there. I'm not going to do nothing to this little wreath except add a bow, okay? So glue smushed out. So I'm taking my little tool. Y'all, if you do not have these tools in your arsenal, in your craft supply stash, you are missing out on one of the best things alive right here because you can do anything with these. This is my #1 tool in my craft room, in my opinion. I use it for everything. I have bought multiple sets, and this isn't not the little one. There's a little one and a fat one. This is the fat one. I definitely like the fat one. You could do so much with this thing. Okay? So that rooftop was not secure. So I'm just going to hold it down and finish working here. Here I'm going to take Ground Espresso by Tim Holtz Distress Oxide and a chippy brush. And I'm going to rub across that with my chippy brush. Dab it, rub it. Looks like I'm dabbing, I don't know. And I'm going to distress my little, I don't know, would you call this a birdhouse? Birdhouse planter? I don't know. Birdhouse planter. That's what it looks like to me, a birdhouse planter. So yeah, I'm going to distress my birdhouse planter wherever I see fit. And if you don't want to do this, then just don't do this, okay? But I am. So, gonna do it. All right, now I got this little teeny tiny pink bow from a scrap piece of ribbon I used on the other project, and I'm gonna make a little bitty. This is just a shoestring bow, and I'm gonna glue it right dead center. Now I didn't like my tails being that long, so I'm gonna trim them in a minute. But I glue smushed out, and I don't know what I'm doing here. What am I doing? Oh, I'm gonna clip it now. Y'all, my memory is terrible. I'm telling y'all. I blame it on medicine. I don't know. So I have this. This is not a stencil. What is this? It's not a stencil. Oh, rub-on transfer. I have this rub-on transfer from a pack that I got at the Dollar Tree. And this just fit for what I'm going to do. And this is a paint stir stick I've rounded off trying to get it to stick down. But all you got to do is rub these. But I'm going to tell you right now, I end up grabbing that pink tool because that one funny looking end, not the sharp part, but the other part is the best thing in the world for rubbing these transfers down, y'all. So that's what I ended up using. And then once you get it rubbed down, you'll see it change a different color. And then you just pull it up. Where did I go? I don't know where I went. But anyway, I'll keep on. When it turns a different color, then you know that it's down, and then you peel your paper up. Oh, I'm talking to Charlene, my niece. Look at that. My phone rang. If she watches, she's going to love that. Oops, excuse me. Anyway, there's the pink tool. I'm rubbing it down. If you go to pull it up and you see that it didn't transfer, put it back down and rub again. Okay? So, yeah. Y'all, I am so random, ain't I? I'm so sorry. I'll probably get so many thumbs down on this video that it's just ridiculous. I've had 3 cups of coffee today, and I'm running on like some kind of caffeine superpower. I don't even know. But look at that. Look, this had sharp edges. I sanded those down. And then, I ain't gonna lie, I took a hammer and I beat it. I beat the top down lightly just to put any pokies I had down. Now I got Mod Podge. Y'all put way too much cinnamon up in here. It was too thick. I couldn't get it on there. But you do the cinnamon trick where you put Mod Podge on it and then you spread cinnamon on it. This works 10 times better for me, and I like this so much better. But look, this looks liquidy right here, but I'm telling you, it's not. That cinnamon got thick quick, boy, thick quick. So look, when you put this on, it looks a light brown, don't it? Look at it. Looks like poop, kind of. Chocolate pudding, something like that. Melted ice cream. But it ain't. It's cinnamon and Mod Podge. And when you put it on, it looks a little lighter than what it will end up looking. Look at that. It's already drying. Rust. I'm rusting my roof, y'all. That's what I'm doing. Rust your roof. Why I keep trying to sing, I can't sing. Anyway, y'all don't got to do this. You don't. I wanted a rusty roof because I like rustic things. Look at that putt. It's like, ugh, it's gross. I'm packing down with my finger, y'all. Look at it. Anyway, I put more Mod Podge in there and get that a little more liquidy because at this point right here, I'm not even getting lumps off the brush. It dried to the brush. When you do this, it will dry. Keep in mind, if you do this, it will dry up. Look at that. So I add more Mod Podge, mix it up again, and this worked. So y'all don't have to keep continuing to watch this and hear me make stupid voiceovers. So I'm just going to put my rust on wherever I want it, okay? And you do the same. Now I'm going to take my flower sprig, and I'm just using one stem, and I'm going to pull all these flowers off that stem. I'm going to use every one of them. And I'm not putting nothing in there. I'm just going to stick them in. Because if you pack them in good enough, they ain't going to go nowhere. I mean, what are you going to do, throw us around the house like football? No. Look how pretty. Ain't it pretty? So here they all are. Y'all, I'm in love with every stinking one of these. Every one of them. But I think my favorite is my heart that I did because I hadn't done it before. That's why. You are a wildflower. Ain't it pretty? It's so rustic and cute. It's just charming. Look at my little rusted roof. Oh my goodness, I love it. I want to give a shout out to, I'm pretty sure it was Glenda from your YouTube handle. Miss Glenda gave me a super thanks. I want to tell you that I appreciate that. I need to fix that bow. But anyway, squirrel, I appreciate that. Miss Glenda, thank you so much for your donation. It helps out so much. Anything that y'all ever do for me, any packages you sent, any supplies you've sent, the money you've sent, it all helps me out. Isn't that beautiful? And I appreciate each and every one of you. I have noticed in my analytics, y'all, that you are watching, and I appreciate that, but you are not subscribing. If you would subscribe to my channel, that would help me so much. Thanks for watching, and until next time, you are a blessing. Goodbye.